Welcome back to On Purpose by Design. You'll be equipped through these short segments to lead a life of purpose as you step and embrace into the mission and calling that God has in your heart. Today, we're looking at 3 ways in which you can go from a manager into a coach. We're looking at ways in which we can stop telling people what to do and guide them through it. This is a leadership gap that is currently showing up more and more in the workspace. And this is why so many people are disengaged from their work and ultimately end up leaving organizations because there isn't enough engagement with the work that needs to be done. The shift from a manager to a coach is going to create a new level of leadership within you, which is going to in turn also allow the other person to go into new levels of leadership. Managers give orders, coaches create results. Your role is to coach people in creating a result. So number 1, don't dictate. Get away from telling people what to do. Instead, guide them. Let your team take ownership of their own solutions. Question their performance in a way that has them ask themselves, how am I going to do this differently? The way in which you're now creating this resistance for them is not to bring them down, it's to lift them up. It's to help them pull back on the bow and arrow, creating resistance, allowing the arrow to now soar through the air. This level of guiding allows the individual to grow, which brings us into the second one. Don't expect people to just know how to do it. Give them frameworks. Give them blueprints to follow. It is really important. People in the marketplace, about 90% of them don't take action to grow in their skill sets. Harvard did a study on this. 10% of people are actively looking to grow in their skill set. That says that the majority of the people that you right now work with and lead and manage are not going to take it upon themselves to grow in their skill sets. This is why it's on you to help them grow. And as you give them blueprints, as you give them frameworks, you're now making it much easier for them to follow. A very simple one to follow is called GROW, which is funny. Number 1, goal. What is the goal that you are moving towards? How does this thing become a success when it's complete? If the definition of success is not clear, the goal is also unclear. R, what is the reality currently in place? Where are we standing at? If we are to get here, we need to first know where we're at. O, options. What are the options that I can take to get to this end outcome? And W, will. What is the commitment? What is the resolve? How will I ensure that me as a person taking on this task will continuously take action on? Very simple framework to follow, allowing you to develop leadership within your team members as they grow literally into the next role within the organization. And finally, there isn't enough follow through with most managers. They just give a task and expect the person to go ahead and do it all. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Ideally, that's what we want. But like we said, 10% of people will take that action on, 90% of them won't. Our goal and our role and our responsibility as we are in this coaching mentorship role is to follow through consistently. This is why it's absolutely important and pivotal for you to create performance reviews with your team members. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, every single month, or every quarter, you choose. But make it enough so that me as an employee knows I'm being held to account, which allows me to grow, be challenged by the things that I'm doing, knowing that I'm being held to account by you. So 3 simple things, again, as a quick recap: guide, don't dictate, use models, frameworks, blueprints. The GROW is a really good one, really simple to follow. And 3, follow up consistently. Create the space where people are held to account so they can consistently and predictably show up to the goals that they need to create for themselves within the organization. Now, as you're doing this, you'll see the team is going to be much more engaged in the work that they are doing. And that's what you want, because too many companies have too many people that are doing just enough to get by. And this is losing you money. The organization is losing profitability because people aren't effective at their work. Now, I say that, but I need to make sure that you don't hear me incorrectly. People are not towels. We are not looking to wring the most out of people. No, we're looking to empower people. The thing with empowering people and giving them the idea of clarity is that their efficiency rapidly increases. And in that, you'll see company growth in many ways. One of the key things you'll see is your satisfaction at work will go through the roof because people feel like they belong to something bigger than just themselves. They feel like they have leadership that they can rely upon, and it gives them something to look forward to on a day-to-day basis. Take on these 3 things and see how your culture transforms, performance goes to the next level, and ultimately you have a thriving machine of a company.